everybody. Hi. How are you tonight? I am in the car. This seems to be a theme lately. I do apologize for taking so long to record the video that I said I was going to record after going to see the Weapons movie. I'm sure everybody that wanted to see it has already seen it by now and has their own view. But it's been a lot of work lately, and I've been so tired. I actually got blood work this morning to see if my B12 is low or iron, something is off. Part of it is just being a night shifter primarily, even when I'm off, and then the other part is just working hard. Not being super young anymore, getting older, you get more tired. And then also nutrition stuff and my weight loss journey, which will be a whole separate video. But I am proud today because I worked my 12.5-hour shift last night, and I was charge nurse. And while it wasn't typically busy, we had some unexpected events that led to a lot of juggling and playing musical chairs. So ended up being a good night. We all worked together, and when I was getting ready to leave in the morning, I knew I was off today, Saturday, but then I was back to work Sunday and Monday, and I have a bridal shower to go to tomorrow, Sunday. So I was like, I'm just gonna go home and sleep. By the way, I forgot to turn the vent off. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, well, hopefully it didn't ruin it. Oh my gosh, now there's a siren. Sorry. I hope they're okay. That's the risk you take filming outside, I guess, or recording outside. Is it filming or recording? It's recording, right? I don't know. I keep going back and forth. I have like 10 words for that. Anyway, it wouldn't be my video if we weren't already off on random tangents. Okay, back to what I was saying. I was saying a multitude of things, right? So I was tired, even though it had been a good night. It had been a lot of juggling, so I was like, I'm just gonna do what I normally do. I might grab something like a small laced latte or iced coffee and go home and make my own food, and then I will get sleep because I am over. I need some sleep. You need a little bit of extra sleep, So I was looking around, sorry, because there's just I didn't realize it was going to be it's Saturday evening, so I should have known it would be busy in this parking lot, but I'm off to the, I shouldn't be, I'm not in the main part. Anyway, so when I left work, I was like, I'm just going to get my, the coffee and go home and make something or just go to bed. And that way I can get up in the afternoon and watch shows and movies and just have a pajamas day, since I had planned Sunday, back to work Sunday. But something kind of led me to be like, the lab is open today until 11, and I needed to pick up a prescription from the hospital I work at 10. So I left work at 7:30 and I went to the lab, and I couldn't find it at first, and I was regretting it. And then I did find it, and it was such an uphill battle at first because the young lady that helped me was very, very nice. And in places like that, they're not usually super friendly, but she was very friendly. I had to print each lab requisition. That's an interesting word. Requisition. I definitely have never said that in an ASMR video before. We had to print 12 of them. And she printed them, but I had to bring them up and send them to her, so it took forever. But she was nice about it. She drew my blood. This is how you know it's been forever since you've had an appropriate eye exam. Because the last time I had one, they had to dilate your eyes to check the back of the retina, and you would pay an extra, excuse me. I do have my nice coffee today. I don't like to be too loud. I feel like it's quite loud when I play it back. It's milk, and it's espresso, and chocolate. It's amazing. And because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have two of them. Number two. And wait, let me go back to number one. And we're talking about iced chocolate espresso. They're not both pronounced, obviously, but actually one of them was I got with my points. So to finish this story that did not need to be this long by any means, I was a little nervous about the eye exam, and I take medication, which also can be a separate video ramble. They can affect your eyes, so I was like, oh gosh, what's he gonna tell me? But everything looked great, and nowadays all they gotta, you look into a machine and they flash these lights at your eye, and it's annoying, but it takes really beautiful pictures of the back of your, like where your brain is, and it takes pictures of the retina. I mean, I forgot how advanced it must be since it's almost been a decade since I had an eye exam, or at least since I had a full eye exam with the optometrist. And then like everything's a virtual, so it's like a virtual technician goes through all the charts with you, and then a virtual doctor comes on and talks to you about your prescription. They did try to get me to buy frames there, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt bad because I paid the exam fee, of course, but their frames were all boring to me. I am such a bad adult. I mean, I don't know, you guys can share with me, anybody that's over like 20 years old can comment on this, okay? I only say that because you gotta have some touch of adulthood, right? To be able to say like if you're a good or bad adult. But I have been an adult for a long time now, and I feel like still a child at heart. Like I feel like a lot of adults are just boring. Like there is a time and a place absolutely for things to be white, gray, the neutrals. I totally get that. But like gray glass frames, how boring. Like I literally want gems, or there used to be these Kate Spade frames. I don't know if they're still sold, but they look like they have little fake diamonds on the actual frames. They're so pretty, and they were kind of pricey, but they were so pretty. But I learned some years back that you can go to Zenny and get free, your lenses, your frames, as long as you have your prescription. So I got the prescription because what ended up happening is I looked for frames there, and I kind of picked out one. They were purple, and they were kind of cute. My heart was not set on them, but the frames themselves were $99. So when she rang it up, and this is without transition lenses, this means you take them off every time you have to read. It was like with the exam fee of $69, it ended up being like $280, and I'm like, I don't even like these glasses, and you gotta wait 2 weeks. So I was like, no, I'm gonna do what I did in the past, and I'm going to go online. Sorry if it's too loud, I am kind of close to a road, but it beats me trying to do this in the home because my daughter is here and she's on her computer like with her headphones playing games. So that sound, no matter where I'm at, and you can pick that gets picked up. So this is better than that. Anyway, I know I'm sorry, I'm extra tangential, extra rambling today. Sorry. I hope you can follow me, or at least just zone it out, one or the other. But the exam was thorough. My eyes were so tired and annoyed by it, and I felt really bad because I kept saying I have to squint. I don't know, and she's like, don't squint. But I did get a new prescription, and I haven't gone on Zenny yet because I slept from like 12 to 5. But I'm gonna go on and look for some really cute, probably very inappropriate frames according to the culture for adults, but I don't care. I do not care if it makes me happy and it's not hurting anybody. I'm all for it. Even my daughter makes fun of me because she's like, you would pick just I wouldn't have to wear it up. But I don't know. I really like that when I don't do it, I tend to like it. So yeah, that's the whole day that I wasn't gonna tell you about, but I ended up telling you about. That was a motorcycle. I hope I muted it in time because that was loud. So back to the movie. So the weapons movie was very different than what I was expecting because I don't know what I was expecting. You know, when I saw the preview, I did not understand the title. I didn't really understand how many kids went missing. What? You know, I was so confused, and I knew there must be some sort of. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be like. I'm trying not to give anything away when I do this. Okay, this is just literally the thoughts I had before I went to go see it. I was like, is this going to be like some evil person or evil group that's taking this whole classroom of kids, or is it going to be sci-fi, supernatural? I really didn't know, and I try not to pay too detailed attention. I'm so sorry. This road, apparently everybody wants to like go fast and see how loud their engines are today. I kind of wanted to see, like, I don't like to watch previews in depth because sometimes I feel like I just watch the whole movie and then I'm like, you showed me so much and I don't even want to watch it now. And I feel that way sometimes about like Dateline too. Like I will skip the whole beginning because you will tell me the entire story and I want to hear it as if I don't know anything about this case or the story, you know? So it's kind of like that. So with that being said, I feel like it was creepy. I feel like it was odd. I feel like it had elements of scary, and I feel like it had a lot of elements of like you actually laugh out loud, you know. And I do think they intended you to laugh at those parts. I don't think it was an accident. I didn't think it was too scary or anything because some things do creep me out now that I'm, you know, I don't know. Some things do creep me out nowadays. They didn't used to. It didn't really do that, which I appreciate. Overall, I would recommend it. My expectation was different, so I was a little surprised by it, you know? But I did think it was odd and creepy and laughable at times, but not like in a bad way. I thought the acting was good. I do agree that it was probably slow in the beginning, but it built up to something, you know what I mean? So I wasn't bored watching it. Like I think it's 2 hours and 2 hours and 5 minutes or something. And it felt like it went by pretty fast, which is always to me a good sign. Okay, sorry, just trying not to be extra loud here. So, I'm trying to shake the ice, but if it gets too close to the mic, it's way too loud. So refreshing. So that's my overall review. Maybe I give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like it's unfair for me to give it a 7 because I liked it, I enjoyed it. It just wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I didn't see Barbarian, or if I did, I don't remember it, so I can't really make a comparison. I'm bad at making comparisons because when I went to see 28 Years Later, I gave it a good review. And I had people at work telling me, oh my gosh, compared to the originals, it's terrible. And I was like, well, I honestly forgot the originals and wasn't actually making a comparison. So, whoops. Anyway, I'm going to be losing the sun, I think, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. Try to think what else I can review while we're on here. I was going to participate in another subscribers to ASMR because the creator has like a, kind of like you're supposed to pretend like you're her or whatever, and I'm like, I am not a good role play person, and I am not a good actor, and I have trouble with certain types of, I feel like I'm learning certain types of whispering that I listen to. I don't usually do, but I was going to try it. That's something that's on my mind because I have to decide the next few days if I'm going to try to not look like a complete idiot, like submitting that. But I think for fun, I really don't care what anybody has to say. That's the thing about not being super, like as you get older, you don't care. You legitimately don't care. You don't just say you don't care. So I don't care. And plus, I feel like the ASMR community is kind for the most part, and encouraging for the most part, which is wonderful, and I'm grateful for that. Let's see. Oh my goodness. was a huge fire truck and it was very, very loud. I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure I caught it so you didn't have to hear it. Okay, I started watching the new Quantum Leap. Well, it's not new. It's from 2022, but it's new on Netflix. And I really like it. I like that actor, the guy, I forgot his name, but he's handsome, great actor. I like it because he's in it, and the girl that's playing in the other main part, she's good too. I don't know who she is though. I usually do not do well with sci-fi. I mean, I can't get into it. I watched Lazarus Project and I didn't even finish it, and not because it was bad. I don't know, the sci-fi stuff is usually hard for me. I did like the OA, but like some stuff is just, I get lost in it and then I'm like, oh, it takes effort to watch it. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I did watch most of the first season of Quantum Leap when I was off this week. I wouldn't call it great, but it kept my attention. It's interesting. I do think there's 2 seasons and apparently it got canceled, so it ends on a cliffhanger. That's unfortunate. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Sorry, I thought I was gonna cough. What else have I watched recently? I think I watched some true crime stuff, but I can't think of what specifically I watched, to be honest. I think I watched a true crime case where I don't know his name, but it was like a young man who, it was another one of those stories where he had like faked that he was graduating college and they had like a celebration, and then he had like arranged for something bad to happen to his family on the way home when they got home. And I do think he is in prison in Texas. And I just watched it. It was sad, and the father survived the whole thing, which I can't imagine how you process those kind of emotions that he must have. I'm trying to think. I know I watched something else. Yeah, I should write notes before I get on here. I was so thinking I'm going to tell you about my morning, and I'm going to tell you about weapons, and then the video will be done. But I feel like I watched other stuff that I could comment on. I'm going to watch Night Always Comes on Netflix. It came out, I think, today, actually. I'm going to watch that tonight when I get done and go home. I'm going to have grilled cheese for dinner and my iced mocha and the new Dexter episode. There might even be 2 because I've been trying. I really wanted to save the whole thing and binge it, but I was being too spoiled and I couldn't seem to do it. So I would like to watch that tonight. I love Dexter. And it's just the Dexter Resurrection show. I believe it's on Paramount. Pretty sure. I'm really sorry. It's probably a sign for me to wrap it up. I am sorry for whoever's crashing their vehicles or having house fires, whatever's going on around here. I almost guarantee it's a car wreck because number one, the way people drive, and number two, I don't know, the type of emergency vehicles that have been going by. So I hope that everybody's okay. But I'm sorry for constantly muting it. But literally, that's like the 4th time we've had an ambulance or a fire truck go by since I started the video 20 minutes ago. So not a great sign but it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, I was going to do a cup to whisper ramble. I'm a little scared because I broke the stand for the Blue Yeti, so I would have to do, if I'm using this one, like I would have to whisper like this, or of course I'd have to whisper like this, and I'm not so sure that I have to play back. I'm not so sure of the sound because it feels like it's kind of little, but also like, of course, I'm not sure. And I have the other mic. However, the other mic can sit on the stand. show, especially if it's a thriller or a drama or something kind of scary. I've probably already seen it. I actually went to ChatGPT the other day to be like, help me figure out what to watch. You know, talk about first world issues. But I needed some time to rest my mind.